going on, Bridging the Gap?
Hey, Bridging the Gap.
It's Roger.
And Cheryl.
And we are here to release to you guys the tour information for our first tour to Ghana, which will take place this summer.
Reclaiming Your Culture.
That's the title of the tour, Reclaiming Your Culture, which is, if it's your first time to Africa, I promise you'll be able to relate to that title. So, just a few details before we point you to where you can get registered and all that good stuff. The tour dates are July 24th. We will be leaving Washington, D.C., Dulles Airport, heading to Accra, Ghana, and we will return on August 3rd from Accra to Dulles. So everybody's going to need to get to Washington. We're in Dallas ourselves, so we're going to be there a day early to get everybody registered and ready to go and everything, and then we'll fly out of Dulles together. If you're not in the D.C. area, you'll need to get there maybe a day earlier, at least early that morning, to make sure we can make sure we have a full head count of everybody who's going to be attending.
Right, because the flight will leave that afternoon.
Right.
Yeah.
What else we got? Dates.
Yep, the dates. Leaving from D.C. and we're going to visit, we're flying into Accra,
Mm-hmm.
and the tour will be in Accra, in Cape Coast, and in Volta.
Right.
Yeah, the Volta region.
So we'll spend a couple days in Accra, then we'll go to Cape Coast and check out the castles, spend an overnight there, check out the dungeons. Check those out, come back to Accra, and then we'll head to the Volta region. In Volta...
let's talk about some of the other stuff before we get to Volta.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're going to... there are going to be a few different attractions.
Yes.
That will be in Accra first. So I think it's the W. Du Bois Center is in Accra, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's another park that's there. That's a canopy walk. I think that's on the way.
No, the canopy walk is going to be the second day. So it'll be in Accra.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the adventurous. It's a little exciting. I'll be doing the canopy walk. Not so much.
No. I might. I saw pictures. It didn't look so bad because they had guides up and it's kind of enclosed. It's not out in the open.
It's very much enclosed.
Yeah,
it's very
enclosed.
safe.
It's still, if you're afraid of heights, yeah.
I'm a little sensitive to heights, but I'm an adventure seeker, so my wife is
I'll watch and take pictures.
Right. So we got that. We got the Kwame Nkrumah Center, right?
Yep, Kwame Nkrumah.
The first president of Ghana. After they got their freedom, we're going to go check out his center there. Mm-hmm. Then we will go to
Cape Coast.
To Cape Coast and dungeons. We will go check out the dungeons and spend about a day and a half up there. Yeah. And then we'll come back to Accra, and then we'll head to the Volta region. On the way to the Volta region, we will check out, what's the dam called, baby? Akosombo Dam, which is the dam for the Volta Lake. Volta Lake is the largest man-made lake in the world. And they have a tour that you can do where you can kind of check out the dam, which is really cool because they built it all with rocks and sand. There's no cement at all in this dam. It was really kind of cool to check out. And then they have a tourism boat, a little yacht that does tours out there. And we've chartered the yacht so we can take a tour. It's going to be 2 hours out into the Volta Lake. And there's some islands along the lake. We're going to spend about an hour, get off the ship, spend about an hour on one of the islands, and then come back. It'll have a buffet and drinks and pretty much everything you need. And we've got the whole boat to ourselves, so thought that'd be a nice little trip on our way into Volta. And Volta is where we chose to do our farm project. And so when we get there, we're going to have a really nice ceremony with the chief of the Awudeme people. He's going to be present at the ceremony. And we're really going to kind of celebrate this project with a big big festival, let's just say.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty exciting. I think it's gonna get a lot of attention from the locals because they're very excited about the farming project. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we're gonna head back into Accra.
We're gonna do Willie Falls too.
Oh, yes, Willie Falls, which is Mount Afajado, the highest mountain range in Ghana, and it has this beautiful waterfall. From it looks like this water's just coming out the side of a rock. It's gorgeous. That adventure also is a little bit of an adventure. It's a bit of a hike, not a real hike like uphill hike, but it's a long walk. And there are some bridges that some structures you'll need to cross little streams of water and things of that nature. I will tell y'all this: my wife made it through, so most people will be good now. If you have physical issues, knee issues, or things like that, anything that might hinder you physically, then you might want to bypass the Willie Falls. It's a little bit of a hike. With that said, I think that's pretty much all the attractions. When we come back to,
so we'll be there. It's going to be 10 days and 9 nights.
10 days and 9 nights. And so when we come back to Accra, the last day is going to be kind of a free day for you guys to go to the market, go out and see things on your own, to the mall, whatever you want to do.
So every day there's activities except for one day. The last day, and then there's one day
when we land
in Volta.
Yes,
that's a free day, in the sense of there's no scheduled activities that the whole group participates in.
And the day we arrive, I don't think we've got anything scheduled that day. We're actually going to block off a time where we can have some people that we know. Matter of fact, it's good segue. A young man named Divine. A lot of the African garb that you guys have seen me wearing, Divine made for me. This is a shirt that Divine just measured me for some clothing on our first trip. And when we went back on our second trip, I picked him up. This is one of the shirts that he made me. You guys have seen some of the other stuff that I've worn. Most of it has come from Divine. We were going to look to have him and maybe a female seamstress come and take some measurements and give you guys an opportunity to connect with somebody. I don't know what the turn time is, if they'll be able to have all the stuff that you get measured for ready by the time we leave, but I'm going to talk to them about that, see if they can maybe ramp up staff and measure and create clothing for you while we're going to Cape Coast and going to Volta, and you can pick it up that last day before you come home. So gonna do that.
Oh, the other thing I didn't mention is we talked about in Volta, the free day for the people who don't want to just relax all day. We'll do like a little mini session on information about residency and people who want to do business in Ghana. So you'll have, some details. That was one of the things that we kind of hoped we had found out when we went. Like, there's no clear explanations for that.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple people that can help us out with that.
Yeah, we want to make that a little bit crisper. Even at the business summit when we went, we asked that question of several people, and it was just kind of, just come.
Yeah.
As long as you don't cause problems, nobody's going to say anything. I'm like, I want something a little bit more legal than that. So we're going to have some people there who can walk you through what that process looks like.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. And you're going to be able to register on our website, bridgingthegap400.com. And there's 3 different packages that we have. So we have...
Let me say this first before we get started with the packages. We're only taking 50 people, guys. Okay. No more than 50. And the reason being, not that we wouldn't love to take more, but this is our first tour. So we want to make sure we have enough people. We can keep everybody in one hotel and one bus everywhere we go. The logistics get a little hectic when you have different buses and different locations. And, inevitably there's going to be some people who run a little late or things like that. We want to try to keep everything crisp and concise this first time out before we expand. So there will only be 50. So it's going to be a first come, first served basis.
Right. And so we have an air and land package, meaning we will book the flight for you. And then the land package is all the attractions and everything is included in that. And we only have limited seats on the airplane, less than 50. So it's first come, first serve. Whoever books those first gets those seats. And then we have a land-only package for those who want to book their own flights. You can do that and meet us in Accra. And then also, well, you could also meet us in DC if you decide to book it that way. Right?
Yeah,
It depends on the timing.
Yeah.
We'll publicize the times and so forth later. And then also we have a children's price and then a family price. So all the information will be on the website. You can just go there and sign up. We have you can pay it all at once if you can. That would be ideal. But if you can't, there's payment options as well.
And all of that will be on the site. So I guess maybe what we're going to do is the people who register and say they're in, we're just going to go down the list. The first 50 people on that list.
Well, they won't be able to register once it's booked.
Oh.
They won't be able to register on the site once it's booked. When it's sold out, it's sold out. There was something else I was going to mention. Oh, and the price includes, so if you do the air, of course, it includes the air, the land. It includes all the transportation while you're in Ghana. That's part of the tour. And then also a bulk of the meals. Your breakfast, the hotel will have, we've got the package where you have a free breakfast. Then also for lunch, I believe most of the lunches are covered. Every day that we have activities going on, the lunch is covered except that one free day.
Right. So for the majority, basically what you guys are looking at is dinner. We want you to have some choice and flexibility and eat some of your meals. So dinner and 1 or 2 lunches.
Yeah. So
everything
it's like 8
else,
or 9 meals that are covered in the package.
Everything else is taken care of. Entry fees into the attractions.
Yep.
The boat ride, the hotels, your flights, everything involved in the tour is pretty much taken care of. And dinner and shopping really is about what you're gonna have to worry about.
Yeah. So.
I think that's about it. We are looking forward to it. I wish we could take every one of you, but like we said, this is our first one and we want to do it, with a measure of excellence. So the bigger it gets, the tougher it is to pull that off. But we're looking forward to hanging out with those of you who do get to go on the tour. Yes, this is going to be different than any other tour we will ever take. This little celebration that's going to take place in Volta is going to be something very unique. Yeah. So we encourage you, which is why we wish we could take more than 50, but we know that's just too much to wrap our arms around. We got a lot going on. But for those 50 who do get to go, you're going to come back with some stories that'll never leave you.
Yep. So, Bridging the Gap, GAP 400.
She forgot our name.
I forget. I just misspoke.
Okay.
Just like the news lady, but never mind.
Oh, don't go.
It happens.
Right. Anyway.
BridgingTheGap400.com.
That is the website. And as soon as this video is up, you guys will be able to go and register. So get there quickly.
All right.
God bless.
Bye.